Alright, so today we're going to have a look at one of my lightest loadouts. This is actually packed for a one-day trip. I would go maybe 2 days at the most, but if I was going any longer, I'd load up a little bit more, especially in the insulation arrangement. Otherwise, I've used this pack usually once a year, and I really like it. It's a Gossamer Gear. I was going to say Whisper, but it's a Murmur. It's an older model. But anyway, this is a really good outfit for a quick overnighter. We'll weigh it right now, as a matter of fact. Let's see where we're at. I think I'm just over 10 pounds. And this is without food or water, of course. Well, it's saying 9.88, so yeah, just ultralight according to this. I don't know how accurate the scale is. It's not perfect, that's for sure. Okay, so here's my bear spray, and this is how I carry it. I carry it around my neck. I have a belt that I use, and this is where I like it. It's right here, handy. It's quick action if I need it. So far I've been lucky and haven't had to use it. So yeah, that's how I do it. This is the gear that I take with me in my pockets, and of course we've got a hiking pole here. This is a Fizan, quite nice actually, lightweight aluminum. I've had good luck with them so far. And the rest of the stuff here we got some fire starter. Here's a little, almost a replica of a peanut lighter, so it uses liquid fuel. And then we have the infamous mini Bic with some tape around it. It is good fire starter. We also have some reading glasses, and they were 20 bucks. I got them at Wilson Sports in Lake Louise. That's the only place I've ever seen these. So they're real nice foldable reading glasses. I use maps entirely for navigation, so it's important I can see. Yeah, and I'm still lucky that I'm only in the 3 range. And then we have, being a flashaholic, I do have this extra light, and it's got a flashlight on this end. This is a kind of a floodlight. It has great amount of battery stamina. I've used it quite a lot and never run out. I've never had to recharge it on a trip, but you can recharge it with a USB-C cable. Yeah, it's a great light, and I like the clip. I can put it on my pocket or my sternum strap, and at nighttime it gives me a great amount of light in my camp area. So it works really well, and it works, of course, good inside my tent also. I carry that in one of my pockets. And then the other thing I have is a cutting tool. This is a knife, a folding blade. This is made by Artisan Cutlery. It's got a really nice steel on it, S35VN I think it's called. It's a stainless, but it's a really nice knife. It's got a large handle so you can get a full grip on it. It's got the pointy end in case you have to defend yourself. So yeah, that's what we've got going on in the pockets. And here's one more important piece of gear for me. I go by Dead Reckoning maps. I don't use any digital devices for navigation, so keeping track of the time I'm using to go a certain distance is important to me. So a watch is important. This is a great watch from Momentum. It's good to, I think, 300 feet, 100 meters in terms of being waterproof. It's got a titanium case. It's very lightweight. It's got a great strap on it. It's a rubber. They call it a Goma rubber. It's fantastic, and it's definitely got some glow-in-the-dark features that make it fantastic. to work with in the dark. And yeah, I'm really liking this watch. I think I paid $250 delivered to the door, so not bad. It's been outstanding. It keeps perfect time, and the crystal is super resistant to scratches. Just a great piece of gear. So we'll take a look at the gear on the outside of the pack first. Like I said, this is a Gossamer Gear Murmur pack, one of the earlier iterations, and I forget what the weight is on it, but it's it's nice, a nice lightweight pack for quick 1, 2, maybe 3 nights I would push it to, but that's it. I do, as it is configured now, I don't have any food or water in it, so I do have lots of room for food in here, and yeah, I really enjoy this pack when I do take it out, because of the lightness of the whole situation. So anyway, what do we got here? Let's look at this part of the pack first. So this is another piece of Gossamer gear. This is the wide thin light pad. The wide version is substantially better than the first versions they had. Yeah, I really enjoy this, having that wide pad. What have we got in this pocket? Here we've got some water bottles. That's a 0.7 of a liter smart water. This is an Evernew. This is a 0.9 of a liter. So a little bit of extra water capacity. It's also in that pocket. And in this pocket, I keep all my small stuff I need to get to fairly easily and regularly, like Body Glide, lip balm, bug spray, sunscreen. What else we got in here? Got a little bit of water purification tablets, lip balm, yeah, so that's what's in there. So on this side of the pack, on the shoulder straps, I've got a couple carabiners. This one's got my horn. This is a Coughlin's horn. I had to replace the membrane, but these things are really loud. I do use them a lot to keep bears away, announce my presence, give them the opportunity to move away without being surprised. And here's just a piece of cotton, I can whatever wipe my nose or my forehead or whatever, and I can also get it wet and use it to cool myself down. So yeah, I just let that hang there. I don't like having a whole bunch of stuff on here to get tangled up and putting the pack on and off. And in here, giving the pad some framework, is a Gossamer Gear torso pad. And they don't sell these anymore, and this one's brand new. I haven't even taken it out yet. It's brand new, however, it's, I don't know, probably 10 years old. So I just decided I'm going to start using it, as the other one I have is getting really compressed. So it's time to move on. And then on this side, we can look at this big pocket here. This big stretchy pocket. Come on now. So I do have a map. I'm kind of planning on going into the Sheep Creek area again. Here's my rain gear. It's a cajole, rain chaps, and a rain skirt. And these are all, I made them all myself. These are all sewn nylon. And I found this system to be by far the best. It's modular, and I can bushwhack in heavy rain and be dry. A lot of people go around saying that you can't be dry. I don't know. I found this to work for me. Here's my shelter. It's a tarp. It's an 8.5 by 8.5. I believe I bought it from Bear Paw Wilderness in the U.S. It's perfect size, lightweight, it's so poly. I really like this tarp. So that's the shelter. What else is got in here? So here's the cordage kit for it. So it's pretty extensive. It's, you know, it's got a long ridge line, lots of carabiners, some extra cordage to guy things out. Here's the stake kit, and this is one of my better, I've got tons of stakes, but this is probably one of my better sets. Definitely not my lightest, but I've got 6 MSR groundhogs. These are excellent. And then I've got 4 of these titanium shepherd's hooks. More than enough. And then also, this might be the last thing. Yeah, so, and here's my ground sheet. It's the polycryo. I trimmed it up some, so you know, it's a tad lighter, but you know, only by a few grams. But anyway, I usually double it up. Gives me a little bit stronger protection, but this thing is old and I've used it a lot, and it hasn't punctured yet, so I'm very happy with it. And so yeah, that takes care of everything on the outside. We'll look at the inside next. Alright, we'll look at the contents. Here's, this is what we're going to call my ditty bag. It's just full of a bunch of extra things, small things, and I do have lots of stuff sacks, but I like to be organized and know where to find things. Anyway, we might have a look at that later if we have time. We've got a cook kit, and we've got a bivy sack, and this is one I made myself. It's 4.5 ounces, really lightweight. It you know, it has a 0.51 Cuban fiber floor in it, and a really nice 10D nylon breathable on top, some screen, of course, some mesh, and yeah, 4.5 ounces. I could go a little bit lighter by just taking a Sea to Summit screen mesh, but I like this because of it gives me that waterproof floor, and it also gives me a little bit of draft protection because I use a quilt. I'm using a really small quilt on this trip, so I like the idea of having this, and you know, it certainly keeps the bugs out. I'm concerned more about ticks than anything. Bugs are generally not an issue when you're sleeping. I don't find if they are, they fly to the top of your shelter and they don't bother you. That's been my findings. And what else we got here? So here's a food bag. This is the sack. You know, depending where I'm going, if there's food bins and stuff, I'll go with a lighter food sack for sure. I'm not in love with any of these sacks, or they just, I don't know, there's just something funny about it. The whole situation of putting your food in some cloth material and expecting it not to get eaten up by somebody. If not the bears, it's you know, the little guys, the mice and whatnot. You know, apparently these are, you know, approved, and I just don't like the idea of it. Something strange about it. Anyway, then for a pack liner, I've got a Nylaflume. I haven't had any troubles with the Nylaflume, but I don't particularly like it. I wouldn't use it on a long trip. But short 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, yeah, I'm okay with it. Okay, so here's my food pack, or not food, my clothing package, and I've gone to this D-shaped bag because it does fit in the pack well, and it's just one, and it makes things easier to deal with. All my clothing extra clothing is in here, and it's easy to get out of camp fast by just having the one and throwing everything in there. We might have a look at that also if we have some time. And the last piece I have is my quilt, and like to put it in this stuff sack just to give me a little bit extra protection. It's essential that this stays dry, so I put it in this stuff sack to try and supplement things. So this is a synthetic quilt that I made myself. It's my lightest weight sleeping system, 13 ounces. It's got Klymit Shield in it, 2.5 ounces per square yard. And like I said, it's not the biggest quilt, so I have to be careful and tighten it up around me quite well, or else I will get drafts. But another feature of it is, here's a neck hole, and it makes a great poncho liner, and I've used it a lot as a poncho liner, and it's fantastic. It's awesome. So this is a great piece of gear. Let's see if we can fit this in. So here's my cook quit. I'll try and go as quick as possible. 550 tokes. We're going with an alcohol stove, so there's the fuel bottle. I'm taking this cup. Got some matches, got a lighter. We've got some food, warm-up bags, I'll call it, and I'll put my dehydrated food pouches in here after we put the hot water in, and it keeps it extremely warm. Here's a windscreen. We've got a long-handled spoon, and a little bit of cotton, a couple fire starters, some dish soap, another lighter, more water treatment, scrubber, stainless steel. There's the stove, and there we are with the Tokes cup. Okay, let's see if we can try and squeeze this in. Here's the ditty bag. Come on. Okay, so we've got an inhaler just in case we need to open up the airways. Here's an extra night core headlamp. Here's a wool beanie. Here's my first aid and gear repair kit. 2 sacks sewn together, really. Here's the Sea to Summit bug net, sunglasses. Here's my AA Manker headlamp, extra batteries. Here's toilet paper, some chafing ointment, a couple of wet wipes, and we have some hand sanitizer. We have a compass, and here's some writing material, a pen, a pencil, and a notebook. Alright, let's see if we can get this done. Here's an OR hoodie. It's a sun shirt, but I use it as a t-shirt. Great piece of gear. For a little bit of insulation, I've got the Z-Packs Octa hooded fleece. I'm not a lover of fleece, but this works really well, lightweight. We've got a Montbell Tachyon, one of the older models. Great jacket, wind jacket. What else we got here? So I've got a vest in here, a down vest, give me a little bit of insulation. And we got some, also a pair of wind pants. These are Montbell, awesome. Here's a silk t-shirt. And then we have, in case we get cold at night, we've got the Mylar bivvy. I've had to use them a lot. Got a couple pairs of socks, ones for hiking. These are liner socks. Here's some vapor barriers. And here's some more vapor barriers. These are ones I made, so they do last a lot longer. Here's a thin balaclava polyester, and that's it. Something to keep things from stinking.